Welcome to Baker Dave Presents. We're here today at Temple University in the kitchen of Johnson and Hardwick Hall. It's a working kitchen. You might hear some noises, there might be some people in the background. You might even hear a fire alarm going off as they're testing the system out today. Joining me is Chef Lisa Lombo, the chef in charge of Morgan Hall here on Temple's campus. And she has brought with her recipe for cheeseburger empanadas coming right up. Welcome, Chef Lisa. How are you doing today?
Well, how are you?
This is pretty exciting. What are we making today?
We're make my family's cheeseburger empanadas that my kids love.
Cheeseburger empanadas. So
Yes.
is this a great-grandmother used to make these?
No,
No.
not at all. Something.
Is there any kind of story? Is there a story behind it? Is there a heritage of was this something that you did?
Well, my kids are half Italian, half Puerto Rican.
Okay.
So they grew up eating them just with traditional sofrito and sazon adobo, but we've turned it, Americanized it, and we'll do either a cheeseburger or a pizza one.
A pizza one. That
Yeah,
sounds awesome.
Or you could even
Dude,
do
I'm totally
sweets.
I'm stealing this
you
from
can
you
do a
because
sweets one.
my daughter loves empanadas for some reason. She's like a huge empanada fan.
So does my kids. And actually, my daughter is a Temple student, so
Oh yeah?
yeah, when she comes home,
A Temple mom, huh?
yes,
You
Temple
could
mom.
when she comes home, you could be bringing her empanadas every day.
No.
You don't see her every day. I mean, you could be driving her into school.
No, I
and
can't find her sometimes on campus. I think she's by purpose.
It's her time to be free, right?
Yes.
So she wants no part of hanging out with mom.
Nope.
But you seem like such a cool mom. I would definitely hang out with you.
Well,
if I
she does
was-
want to hang out with me when she needs a book.
When
So
she needs
usually-
money.
Yes.
I gotcha. I have the same. My daughter, pretty much the same thing.
Yes.
So, where do we start with this? You want to start with cooking
We can
the
start
meat up?
cooking the meat.
I mean, it seemed like a pretty easy recipe.
It
from what
really
I could
is.
see.
I mean, you can make the dough from scratch, which, as a working mom, I never.
Get around to doing that?
Yes. Even though I'm a chef, I can never do it.
So for all you that think that chefs go home and prepare 8-course meals after they've worked a 14-hour day, we've just clarified that that's not the case.
Not at all.
Where are you on the campus here? You do catering, right?
I do catering. This fall, I recently am taking over Morgan Hall.
Nice.
yes.
So any complaints that we have in the future about the food at Morgan Hall, Lisa Lombo,
Right here.
right?
Look
Did
for
I pronounce
me.
that right?
Yes,
Yes,
Lombo.
perfectly. Look for her. She'll be happy to address all your concerns.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be in trouble for that later.
Yeah.
All right, so let's, is it heating up at all? No?
Yeah,
Starting
a little
to?
bit. Yeah. The good thing about ground beef, it's
I
going to
love that
have
sound.
it's going to have its own fat depending on the meat that you get. So this is 80-20, so 80% meat, 20% fat. Of course, if you want to go leaner, you could do that as well. Do a little salt and pepper.
A little salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Now, if you're making it more of a Puerto Rican flavor,
I would start with sofrito, cook up sofrito, which is
what?
cilantro, garlic, pepper mixture.
Oh, okay.
Start with that, put
It's
the
like
meat
their
in.
version of a mirepoix.
Yeah, kind of.
Look at me acting like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just a baker.
Add little sazon, adobo, whatever. Traditionally, some people would put currants and olives. So
Yeah,
it's
I've
all,
seen that. I've never had it that way, but
yeah,
does
you
it
can.
add a sweetness? Or?
It does.
That's
It's
pretty
a
cool.
nice balance between sweet and salty.
That's a big thing now. Everybody likes to be balanced.
Yes.
So you've been here doing catering the last 2 years?
Going on 2
Ish,
years. Yes.
ish? That's pretty exciting. What did you do before that?
I was a restaurant chef in the city.
Okay. You've been cooking a long time. You didn't just start cooking yesterday.
Oh, no. Yeah, I've probably been cooking since the age of 12 in restaurants
Holy
in the
cow.
city. Yeah.
I feel like there should be laws against that. Could you get hurt?
Well, there was, but no one ever checked in the restaurant
That's
business.
every restaurant
that
I've
you
ever been in.
worked
They
for.
don't, yeah.
If you showed up for work and you can work, you did.
Then that's good. Hopefully you don't get hurt on the job.
Nope.
And if you do get hurt, it wasn't on the job.
Exactly.
So this is a big difference for you being in this kind of corporate food service environment.
Oh, absolutely.
We're obviously like I was joking about safety. Safety is way more important here than it is in most kitchens.
No, it's definitely a better pace of life. You have a better work-life balance.
Yeah.
Which is sad that I realized that once my daughter started.
Like you missed
at
some years?
Yeah. I was like, whoa, wait, hold on. You're starting college? Yeah.
Well, I know, like, I'll talk to people, and I'm not downing. I don't want anybody, that's why I'm not naming names or anything, but I'll talk to people about working in this end of the field, and I feel so much safer eating food at places like this.
Yes.
Or even at a McDonald's or like a whatever, like, there's so many rules in place. Like, it's very difficult to have improper handled food in these situations. But I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of people going to 4 and 5 star restaurants and getting sick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because there's so much more lax. Like I'm not saying that they're all like that. Clearly there's some excellent restaurants that take safety it's very important. But I know when I made the switch from hotels to this, that was one of the things I really noticed.
Well, yeah, it's important because we are, we're serving people's babies. Actually, that's how I like to say.
Right.
And I tell my team that some kids that are starting here, it's their first time away from home, and their parents trust us to make sure we're preparing safe food for them. So it's something you have to take serious.
Like, I mean, these young adults,
Yes.
they spend their time at home in a kitchen with whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's one of the things I always talk about, especially with the all you care to eats. I feel like we have to supply what they would have had if it was their kitchen. It's not like a name brand buffet out on the strip somewhere that, it's a barbecue buffet or it's whatever.
Comfort foods.
Right. We have to supply all the other, you can dump that in here if you want.
Okay.
We have to supply what they would actually, it's like their kitchen. This is their kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's making them feel comfortable. They're away from home. A lot of the kids for their first time, so
I definitely
there is that nostalgic.
Feel more about that now that I have a daughter that's in college. I understand it a lot better now. Like, I'm glad that that there's people like us that care about the food.
It actually is a great feeling to know that.
So we can set that aside. That's cooked up, right?
So yeah, you want to drain off any excess fat and liquid, so this way you're just getting more of the meat and cheese inside.
Okay, so let's set this aside. Go ahead and put the pan with the oil on. We'll get that, because that takes forever to really heat up.
And if you don't have a mini fryer or tabletop fryer like they sell, you can just put a little bit of oil on the stove. All right.
You're trying to reach about a 350, 360 temperature?
Yeah, 350. You can go 375. So these are already pre-done empanada discs.
Which are super fun.
Yeah.
Again, because you spent all day at work doing that.
Now, you don't have to roll them out. I prefer, just because my kids like it really thin and a crispy shell, I roll them out a little bit.
Okay.
Depending on how
do you like my rolling
cheese.
pin there?
Oh, I love it.
So I'm super happy with this rolling pin, and I'm not, without trying to sell it to anybody, I'm not. This is actually reclaimed wood from the Atlantic City Boardwalk. And the company takes it and they actually make kitchen gadgets out of it, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look them up because I really like that.
I like the straight rolling. That's like the old world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you can maneuver it better. You're not rolling. So I put a little bit.
Is this for dipping or is this going in?
That's for dipping.
Oh, I thought maybe it went. No. I thought it went in it. I thought it was like a done deal. That's why I wasn't sure.
On the side, because I have my sons that are picky. One will not have a dipping sauce and does not like ketchup, and the other one does. So it's more on the side.
So you could be anything. It could be mustard over here.
Mustard.
It could be.
You can add chipotle peppers to that mix if you want to make a little
fancy.
heat. Yep. So just a little bit of water to help seal it. A fork.
And then you set it aside and keep going.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna let you keep working. Like I feel like I'll be in your way at this point. Like you're a pro. So you've been doing it a year or two, right?
Year or two? No.
So what made you decide to get into, like, why did you become a chef? Like, what was your inspiration?
I knew.
Or did you fall into it?
I kind of fell into it.
It happens. I mean, there's always.
Fell into it. I did it to travel, and then I had my daughter when I was 20. and then there was no more
You don't
traveling.
really feel like traveling now?
Yeah, no. It was about taking care of her.
It's difficult to travel
And I
with a
love
kid.
doing it. I love seeing, taking just simple ingredients, making it really good, and seeing the.
So you've grown to really love this job,
Oh,
even
absolutely.
if it wasn't your original idea in life. What was your original plan?
In high school, I went right down the street on 15th and Wallace.
So you're from this area?
Yeah, born and raised in Philadelphia.
That's awesome. So you didn't travel far at all?
No, no, not at all. For architect, design, drafting.
Okay.
Things in art.
So you could keep going with that now, and you could design restaurants maybe.
Yeah.
You would
I
actually
still
know
can.
where stuff should go.
Yeah, the logistics of it. I know that you were gonna play around with some sweet ones.
Oh, did you want me to make some
Yeah.
here? All right, so I like, and I just thought of this because you're a Temple mom. This is
Okay.
why I went with this idea, right? But what I do is I'll take and roll it out a little bit, like you're doing, because I don't want, I'll take cheesecake. I always have cheesecake lying around,
Oh, nice.
and then I'll mix the cheesecake up.
Okay.
So it's all mixed up. I'm just going to steal this and use it. Okay, so I literally just take cheesecake and mix it after it's been baked, of course. So you've made and baked your cheese. You could buy a cheesecake. You can go down to the grocery store and buy a slice of cheesecake even. Mix it up after the fact, so it doesn't really have to cook in this at all.
Okay.
And we'll roll this out a little bit. I like that you use water to seal it too. Is that typical?
Yes.
I've seen, I feel like people use egg wash sometimes. No, or am I making that up?
If
that mostly
you're
just
gonna
baking?
bake them,
It won't hold. The water won't hold.
no,
baking?
I don't. It's gonna give like a bitter flavor, and it's gonna get really dark if it happens to come out.
I feel like I'm not as fast as you right now.
You're doing fine.
I'm not as experienced. So what I thought was is we have a little cheesecake, and a little cherry, and that makes it like a cherry and white empanada, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought for Temple was pretty exciting. Oh no. This is the problem I always have with these things. At least in baking. Maybe it's
Yeah.
different with when I do it this way. Maybe it won't be an issue. But in baking, when you do it, if the pie filling gets between the layers, then they don't stick. It like makes this thing where they just kind of separate out. So let me try at least one more to make sure that I don't screw that up. So you just have the one child?
I have 3.
Holy cow, 3
Yes.
children. I thought one was enough for me. That's
No.
why. I was...
I have my.
So you must have liked it. I mean, you were talking about all this traveling and stuff, and then you had a kid, and you must have been like, you know what? I'm in. This is great.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. But like every working mother, as you grow up in the ranks in corporate America, sometimes you have to choose between being a mother or staying at work. So it was definitely a tough balance.
There we go. That should be better. Okay, so now we're going to fry these up in our pan. Some meat empanadas, cheeseburger. And some dessert ones. Hopefully they don't open up.
No, I would say about 5 minutes to cook.
We're going to cook
Flip
those
'em.
about 5 minutes. All right, so we're getting these out of here now. We're going to have to let them cool a little bit before we can eat these. I've made that mistake before.
Oh yes,
They're
absolutely.
so
not.
hot
You
inside.
will burn your mouth. So
You want to make a little sauce,
yeah,
a
if
dipping
you-
sauce? What do they, there's a name for this, isn't it?
mayo ketchup.
That's not really a name. I mean, obviously that's the ingredients.
No, it's actually a mayo ketchup. If you go
That's
into,
literally what it's called.
if you want to.
Can we like at least call it, what's the, if it's fancy mayo?
Aioli?
Yeah, aioli ketchup. Maybe it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, we could
We have an
certainly do
aioli
that.
ketchup here now.
Yeah. So you just mix the two or keep it separate.
You're a little too real for me sometimes,
I only know
That's
that
why you're
way.
perfect for this place.
And that's
So,
what we get.
you get into cooking, right? You've always lived in this area. Did you ever live anywhere? Did you move anywhere else in the process of being a
I
chef?
went to Naples, Florida. for
And how'd you
about a
like
year.
that? I mean, you're back,
yeah.
obviously, but
It was an experience.
you're a Philly girl
Yeah. Yes.
through and through.
Yes.
What's your fondest memories of your childhood memories in this area? Like, what's like something that you were like
I mean, something.
proud to say I'm from Philly? You know what I mean?
Well, there's one story with the ladies who work here. It was pretty funny that I was like, oh, pizza pretzel. And they're like, a pizza pretzel? You take the Philadelphia soft pretzel,
Right.
American cheese, and tomato sauce, and that's what the corner stores growing up in the neighborhoods would serve you, usually for breakfast or
And that's
lunch.
like just a here thing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So no one had no idea what I was talking
Well,
about.
I didn't know what a soft pretzel was supposed to look like until I had lived here for a while, actually.
Yeah, no one has
Like
no
growing up in
idea.
Ohio, we had, those ones, the frozen ones you get
Oh,
in
the
the
super
grocery
pretzel.
stores.
Yeah, not a Philadelphia soft
And that was
pretzel.
it. Like if you went to like a ball game or something and you got a soft pretzel, it was just a bigger version of that. It wasn't like,
What we have
I didn't
here.
know what a good soft pretzel tastes like till I came here. Butter cake was the other thing. I'd never had butter cake
Oh,
till I
butter
came
cake's
here.
awesome. Yep.
It is awesome.
And South Philadelphia, there's a small bakery. It's still around on, like, I believe 2nd Street. There's lines around the corner for the butter cake. And they're only open a couple days a week, so
That's
it's really good.
the place in North Philly, the pound cake is like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Like, lines all over the place. I think we might be good.
Yeah.
So cheeseburger, and we have our aioli ketchup sauce here to dip into.
So there's,
Oh, that's awesome. Do you see the way the cheese was in there? I really feel like
yeah, like a little bit of the sauce.
that way you don't double dip.
Yeah.
It would be okay.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Right,
I'm
really-
totally making these.
And you can pre-do them, freeze them, and then drop them right in the oil from frozen.
I would get this at like a restaurant for sure. And it's not even like I expected there to be more seasoning or something to it. It's literally like,
Keep it simple and work with the ingredients.
now
that
I'm
you
like
have.
embarrassed for you to even try the cheesecake one. Like that may not be as good. Like, let's see the cheesecake one. See how you feel about that. I think this might be it. I wouldn't dip this one though.
No.
I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it's a nice sauce. I just don't think it's really necessary for this particular.
Oh, that looks good. Same thing.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Now you got a
It's
full
really
meal.
good.
You got dinner
Yeah.
and dessert. Look at this. We're all set,
It's really good. I don't know which one I want now.
right? All right. Well, I
Well, now
really
since it's my lunch, I'm gonna take this one.
Your
This
lunch.
one, this one.
and your dessert. I really appreciate you stopping by. This is
Thanks.
amazing. I'm seriously going to make this summer, probably lots of times
Oh, me too.
because my daughter loves empanadas anyways, and this is
Well, now
fantastic.
I'm forced to make it when I go home now when the kids see this.
They're gonna be like, "Where's ours?"
Yes. Or my daughter's gonna try and convince me to have it at Morgan.
On the menu.
Yes.
If you want empanadas on the menu, now you know who to talk to. Chef Lisa Lombo will be at Morgan in the fall.
Thanks, Dave.
No problem. Anytime. Anytime. Thanks for stopping by.
Same.
Thank you for joining us here on Baker Dave Presents, and a special thanks to Chef Lisa Lombo for those amazing cheeseburger empanadas. I guess the cheesecake ones weren't bad either. Join us again next time on Baker Dave Presents, and remember, every recipe has a story.